Hey guys, Sophia here from My Great Challenge. Welcome back to my channel. Today's the day I'm finally gonna finish the staircase. I have some stuff I need to do in here. If you've been watching the series from the beginning, you know that I've paneled all of this and redid the staircase here, and we really like it. However, there's some touch up I need to finish, so let me show you what I gotta do first. Okay, so you see the little spaces here between all of my molding around the steps. Okay, so this gotta get filled up today. I gotta finish up the paint, you know, where when I removed the painter's tape, it kind of, you can really see it over there, it removed some of the paint. Alright, so I gotta do that. All of the yellow has been painted already, so I don't have to worry about that. However, I gotta do all the gray here and over here, and I have some spots here that I've already filled up. I need to sand that and paint that. I have another area here that needs to be sanded and repainted. And just in case you haven't been following up on the Facebook page, there's a coffee table now in the basement, and the kids really like it, except for Willie for some reason, who insists on playing his video games from here. Hey Willie!
This is not why you're good at games.
Okay, he's got to be really close from the screen. We have a new dehumidifier. I'm going to do a review on it. Just to give you a little tidbit on it, the basement feels super comfortable. I mean, really comfortable. First of all, it raised the temperature in here, and it removed all of the humidity, so you don't have the smell of the damp that was there before. Not that it was very, you know, potent, but it's really made a big difference. So I'll do a review on that at a little time. But for now, I have all my caulk and stuff, and I'm just gonna go ahead and fill up all of my cracks and finish the staircase. So I just have caulk. This is acrylic latex white caulk, and I'm just going to fill in all of the cracks. Now I could leave them like that, but I do want to up my game when it comes to DIY projects. I want to have a nice finished look. So what I'm gonna do is just fill in the cracks, and whatever I have that's kind of spilling on the side, I have paper towels, so I'll wipe that off. I do have some that are on the horizontal. Those are going to be a little bit more difficult to fill in, so let me see what I can do with that first and see if I need to put painter's tape on it. So it fills it up, but not the way I want it, and I definitely need to put some painter's tapes. So let's do that. See, the advantage of putting the painter's tape is that I can really push more caulk into this and have it overspill and really do a nice edge without having the caulk on the wood, because that's difficult to clean. So I'm just gonna go like this. Okay. So that's filled up, and then when that's done and dry, I'll just peel it off. This one right here is probably the biggest gap I have. So I'm gonna pump a lot of that caulk in there. And on the other side. So what I'll do is that when I repaint these here, where I have a little bit of touch up, I'll just go over all of this to cover it with paint as well. Okay, so that is done, and I don't know if you can see the difference, but I've also closed the gaps that were between the step and the riser right here. There was a gap on some of them, but not all of them, so I closed that off. I just need to let it dry. I did fill up the big hole that was in there, if you remember, and once that's dry, I'll just give it one more coat of paint, and in the meantime I'm gonna tackle the gray. So I'm back. I've had question about the color that's in the basement. It's Gentle Rain by Bear. I picked a flat because you see imperfections much less on flat. So what I'm going to do is just cover the areas like this one here where I have, you know, patched the holes from the table that used to be here, the folding tables. And I don't know if I'm in focus. Okay, here we go. And then I'm going to go around the room because there's some areas like on the big post that's the supporting beam for the house. There's some scratches there too, so I'm just going to go and patch that, and then I'll go tackle the other area by the staircase. So this month, as part of my challenge, my wellness challenge, I wanted to tackle things I've been procrastinating because they're weighing on my thoughts, and they gotta be done. So I don't know if you can see, but this is yellow on the inside. This is the old color of the basement. When I redid the basement, you guys probably remember, I don't know when it was, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years ago, I think it was 3 years ago. I painted everything gray except this. That was the last thing that was supposed to be done, and I never did it. So while I'm at it, I'm doing this window. So I'm almost done. Not the perfect shot, but it's kind of exciting, you know, because for those of you who've watched the channel, let me go here. For those of you who've watched the channel for a while, you know that I could have knocked that down in one weekend, you know. But I made a conscious effort this time around to take my time, and I think the results show. I really wanted to do a good job, and I wanted to have something that would last and that wouldn't, what is it? Well, hold on. The cat wants to go out. I didn't want to have to like take it down 2 years down the road because it was just botched. So I'm happy with the result, and I'm at the point now where I just need to do the little bit of, okay, all right. Yes. I just need to do a little bit of touch up and I'm done. Like on the steps here, I don't know if you see, but there's some areas where the white paint got peeled off when I removed the blue tape. You remember that from the last time? So I'm just gonna go over those, and that will be it. I will be done, except for the part here at the bottom. You know which one I'm talking about, the little bit of the pipe. Okay, fine, I'll go take you out. Hold on. Okay, sorry for the interruption. So yeah, the part at the bottom I'm not touching. I'm leaving it like this because I need to have a plumber come in and tell me what this pipe is about, and I'll show you again at the end. I would like to, if it's an exterior pipe that is no longer in use, I'd like to have it removed and the floor finished to the wall so that I can finish the bottom part. If it's an essential pipe, then I'll have to do cover, but I need the plumber to come and tell me. And I also have that trench, which I'm going to assume is all around the house. And I'm gonna just, I don't know what I'm gonna do with it. I don't want to fill it in, obviously, because it's needed for the sump pump. But I can't really do anything with it because it's the winter now, and it's not a good idea to mess up with exterior pipes in the winter, just saying. So, because you never know what could happen, and then comes the spring and the summer, you end up with a massive leak. So yeah, that part is not going to be finished, at least not today. But I would say the project is 99% complete, and I'm happy with it. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill out all those little areas where the paint got peeled, and then I will be done with this project. I'll show you the final look, and that'll be it. Okay, so I'm done. I finally finished the project, you guys. Except for that little part at the bottom, but that needs a professional. I'm very happy with the way this looks. I'm glad I finally finished it. I think it's an improvement on the overall look of the staircase to the basement. Is it an improvement on the house overall? I'm not sure. It doesn't really matter because we don't plan on selling or anything, but at least it's pleasant to look at. And if you are new and you haven't seen what this looked like before, I'll put the link right here and down below so you can see the before, basically, of that staircase. It was pretty sorry looking, and I'm glad I took care of it. So let me show you what I've done all together, and then I will say goodbye. Okay, so I went to the Home Depot and I got a rug, and the rug is a little bit too wide, but if I fold it slightly against the riser, it does fit, and it's a gray and black rug. I painted the whole area over there. That's unfinished. I'm going to pull the rug. I'm going to pull the rug a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about with the trench. Okay, so there's a trench underneath there and a pipe, which is right here. So all of that needs to be addressed, by a professional. Until then, it's kind of hidden. All right, so here is the staircase finished, and I just reclaimed it. Everything's been painted. So just a recap, it started with this wall here. This pole right here used to be over here on that step, and we had to move it up so that you can get a large angle here so you can move furniture and the machines when we bought new machines. So I moved the pole and or the support beam. Well, it's not a support beam, but we're going to call it a post. I moved it on this, and I did a jacket around it, and I filled in the crack that was between those spindles here, those bar, those rails, and this, so you can't see that there is a hole in between, because the pole technically ends here, right? So all of this is finished. Oops, the furnace started. Alright, so I did a jacket all around it. The jacket goes in the back here, and it goes all the way here, and all the way over there as well. So this is done. Okay, then over here, I covered the wall with wainscoting, or beadsboard. I think that's what they call it. Okay, the only thing is that there's a little seam here, but you get used to it, you don't really see it. Right, over here I had two concrete wall with the big blocks, the concrete cinder blocks that were really poorly patched. So I had concrete that had dried, you know, kind of like all over the place, and I had a pipe right there in the middle. So what I did is that I created two ledges, this one here and the one above here, to cover the pipe and cover the wall, and I did the same thing with the beadsboard. And again, I got a little seam over here, but you don't really see it, so that's fine. So all of this is painted. I stripped the staircase. I had a chocolate espresso paint on it. I removed that, and then underneath it was the maroon paint from the previous owner. which I later found out was actually deck stain, and that's the reason why I had the hardest time getting rid of it. It was deck stain. So all of it has been stripped, sanded, restained, and there's 3 coats of shellac on it. Okay, once I did that, I did the step molding, which was difficult. I'm not gonna lie, that was difficult. And then all of the step molding, of course, had to be filled because there was some cracks in between. So all of this has been filled up. Okay, Willie, go ahead.
I left my charger down here.
Okay, all right. So, and then I painted everything. So, yep, this is what the staircase looks like now. And it's a major improvement. I'm not sure about the rug, but we'll live with it for a couple of days and figure out later on. Okay, bye.
Here I come, I am Cinnamon.
Okay, I don't know what that means. Right, so then all of this here has been fixed because when they tried to, it's still a little wet here, you see that? When they tried to move the machines the first time around, they couldn't pass the angle, so they busted part of that wall. So all of that has been fixed. Okay, so let's look at it from above. So here's the ledge. And I'm not putting anything on it. Basically, when you come downstairs, this is what the staircase looks like. So all of the yellow has been repainted. I've washed the white. I didn't repaint it, but I washed it because there was some fingerprint. I have Scott's shadow box here. I still need to put a few other decor, but otherwise this is it. It's done, and I'm liking it a lot. And I hope you like it too. This was, I think, one of the most difficult, well, I don't know, because the building the bookcases in the office, that was hard. But this was probably the most difficult in terms of thinking what I was going to do with that staircase type project. And I'm very happy with it. Now, I totally understand this is not a professional job. This is a DIY job by me, not a professional who's never taken any class whatsoever. And I think I did a pretty good job. We like it, and that's all that matters. So with the addition of the dehumidifier down here in the basement, I'm really feeling a difference as soon as you walk down the steps. Before, by the time you got to this level, which is pretty much half of the staircase, you will start feeling the cool air and the humidity and the, you know, kind of smell. It wasn't overwhelming as a damp smell, but you kind of knew you were walking into the basement. But this is gone now, so it's really a nice part of the house that I probably will use more often now, not just for quilting. It's great for the kids. It's super clean, and I think it just looks more finished compared to what I had before. So I'm done with this project. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this video and the project overall. Don't forget to subscribe right here in the corner if you're new to my channel. Check out the series. I put the link down below and up here if you want to see it from the beginning to the end, and all of the work that it took to create this little space here, because that was a lot of work. Okay, and that's about it. So thank you for watching, and I will see you later. Bye.